Buenos dias, everyone. Calimera. It's Thea. How's it going? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be the monthly reading for everybody. I think I'm going to get into the habit of doing this. Just fun. Just a general see what Virgo season has in store for everybody. I kind of use them as little personal weather vanes for myself also, so that's what we're gonna do today. Lots of fun. Just do a little bit of space clearing while I'm at it. Just, you know, get everything ready, you know. Grabbing the oil, just doing the whole thing, you know. Yeah, this stuff's great. Love that. Alrighty. So for today, I would like to start actually by using the Daydreaming in Situ Tarot. We're probably going to pull in the Noisy Museum for clarification, and then some Hellenic Oracle cards after, just for a bit of an oracle message. I do recall this one is a bit on the tricky side to shuffle. So yeah, this will just be a completely, very general, because it's for everybody, kind of collective style overview and reading for the Virgo season for the year 2023 on the old Gregorian calendar. See what the general vibe is for everybody. I'm curious. I don't know about you. And also, as a reminder too, if you want to go a little bit deeper into what is more specifically for you on the channel memberships, at the first tier, you'll have access to the 4 videos for each sign element, and you can go a little bit deeper into what the month is going to look like for you. But if this is good, then you're more than welcome to take it for what it is and go about down the road that is your little personal journey. So fun. Let's start with our 3. 8 of Cups, 5 of Discs, 5 of Swords. Well, that's a fun place to start. And the Hermit is hidden. Okay, so Virgo season. The Virgo card is hidden for Virgo season. Make note. Love that. Alrighty. Lord of Abandoned Success, Lord of Worry, and Lord of Defeat. Alright, so it's looking a little bit tense. Not like tense in a 2 way, but tense in like a bigger overarching world sort of way. There's going to be a redirection. There's going to be a point in the midst of Virgo season where that lack mentality is going to come through, that feeling of being without, and just general concern. A lot of where your heart and your mind is going to be this month is going to be in this, like, trying to prepare for the future sort of situation. And the future seems a little bit difficult to grasp. For us, for you, for everybody right now. It's hard to see the future clearly, unfortunately. It looks a little bit, I don't know, there's a big cloud over the future, and going into this month of Virgo season as well, it's a little bit it's heavy. You feel like you're ill prepared. And you feel like you have no idea what's going to come, but you really, if you had to put a bet down, it would be that you wouldn't win that particular battle. But you have to go that way. Like, you're coming from the past, you have to turn away from something. Like, what you're walking away from is you don't have much choice about it, and you've got to go in that direction, and you know you've got to wade through this mess to get to what's on the other side. So let's let's pull some more clarifiers for these, because as vague in general as they are, I want a little bit more detail about them, but it does seem like a like the beginning of an adventure through a there's some personal dragons that need slain in this situation. It looks like museum cards. Can I get a clarification for the Eight of Cups, please? Reversals in this deck, but sure. Okay, can I get clarification for the Five of Pentacles, please? And can I get clarification for the Five of Swords, please? Two there. Alright. Nope. And our deck bottom card there is Eight of Cups again. Okay. So, Eight of Cups here, moving away from something, abandoned success, a turning away, which is specifically in the direction of the character on this card. It's leaning more towards the past, so it's like maybe a backtracking, a backstepping. You've gone too far somewhere, and you need to, take a step back, and you're coming from a place of readjustment on the path, and it's clarified by the reversed Six of Pentacles. So I don't know, maybe this success, like the success in the abandoned success department is a place where you were putting too much of yourself into something. More giving, less balance, less harmony in the material department. So it could have been a situation where we and this is collectively, this is everybody, been giving too much and not receiving enough. So there's been a very big imbalance in the amount of effort putting in versus the reward, and it's a time to turn away from that, which, gosh, does that not sound like the seeds of revolution when looked at a global scale? I don't mean to do that. It's just how the cards read. So anyway, we're coming from a place of discontentment from where we are emotionally and financially there. But that's the past. Let's have a look-see at the kind of the present moment, that cusp of Virgo season, this beginning of the lack mentality that we're talking about, this worry, this general trepidation. So let's look at this wobbly table that is the five-legged table of the Five of Discs, and then clarifying it as the three of Wands, which is definitely like a bringing into reality kind of card. It's still Wands, so it's still rooted in that sort of desire space, that motivation, that creation, that very ephemeral, non-tangible type of energy. But there is a strong desire in this case to see things come to fruition. There's a very strong desire for things that you've started to happen. Waiting for those ships to come in, etc., etc. Seeing them on the horizon, but I feel like them on the horizon may not be what we expected them to be. Like things that we put into motion, eggs that we've put in certain baskets are not performing perhaps the way we wanted them to. We're not getting that return on our investments in a way that we had expected to, and we are now in a place of concern. And specifically, you'll see how this character, it's usually the three of Wands is looking off at his ships coming in the distance, right? Where this guy has turned away from the Three Wands and is looking back at us like, what the heck? What is this? What is this coming at me? So that's a little bit interesting there. So there's definitely a bit of what the heck? This is not what I expected. Expectations are not aligning with reality in the present moment. So it could be a managing expectations situation where you just need to manage the expectations, or it could be just, you know, the expectations are like what happened is not at all even remotely close to what was supposed to. So looking at the future of this little Virgo season, Five of Swords, our defeat, it's gotten taken advantage of, been had the best of us taken from us, you know, for some reason. We have the Ace of Wands, another Wands card, another Desire card, Root of the Power of Fire, like the spark of some motivation in some creative direction is there. So because of this situation where we've been taken advantage of, it's lit a fire somewhere under our butt, and then there we've got death. So whether or not that fire gets squashed instantly, or it's a fire that leads to a transformation. Like fire, you know, a single spark can burn a whole forest, right? That spark of inspiration might grow into like a raging behemoth and cause a transformation, an ending, a state of you know, you've got to clear away all the brush by, you know, burning it down to be able to plant new seeds in the earth again and make space for new things to grow, right? So death as destruction and transformation is very present there. And the mirroring of these two cards with like this wand here and this symbol of the spark of life leaving is very synchronous there, and kind of ties those two cards together quite a bit, which is very interesting. So, okay. Sorry, guys. Wow. I wanted it to be like a nice, light and fluffy casual going into next month reading, but it does look like the seeds of some transformation are being sown in a way that there's unrest. Like you're just, I think you've had it with just being treated like dirt from the, not from the universe, but from like the physical situation around you, right? Like the pentacles here, this is a physical world around you, and this is intellectual and this is emotional. So there's a good spread, there's a good representation of each of the elements, but specifically giving more to something than you're getting in return, and then turning around and like realizing that that's not the way you want things to go, and then being intellectually crushed, taken advantage of, you know, overpowered in a way that is non-physical, right? And then this spark that leads to destruction is all kind of there. It's telling a story. It is telling a story. I'm gonna pull some Hellenic Oracle cards just as some a little bit more detail, a little bit more what's the state of the situation from the lens of an oracle, and then I'll probably actually pull a couple extra tarot cards as homework, because I want to know, like, as abysmal as this seems, I'd like to know what we can do about it, how we can either shift our mindset or like take affirmative action to mitigate the situation, because it could just be changing our expectations might fix it, because if our expectations are then met, but at the same time one can only change their expectations so much, and in this case I get a strong feeling that like we've been, you know, changing our expectations for so long that we're finally done. We've had enough, and you know, the success and the abandoned success is like illusory success. It's success that's just, you know, not quite enough. It's like you won a prize, but it was like, I don't know, a bag of rice instead of a pot of gold, and you're like, okay, I've had enough of this business. So yeah, okay, we got Rhea. So I guess that, you know, Cronus's wife, sick of giving her kids up as sacrifices, right? So she literally took affirmative action, saved Zeus, fed her husband a rock instead, and he did not realize, was none the wiser, because he just, alright, you know, Saturnian friend. And you know, Zeus went to live and grow strong on the island of Crete on his own and came back to usurp his father. So Rhea is the symbol of that affirmative action, that making a choice to do something about a situation that you do not like, that you're not getting anything from. And as a mother, you know, she's just been giving and giving and giving, literally giving birth to all 6 of these glorious divine babies. And, you know, because Kronos saw them as a threat, he ate them, and she was like, I've had enough of this. So that is just affirming everything about the situation. Then we've got Zephyrus over here, which I will read just as all of the winds, as wind, as something coming in on the wind. There's a new, like a whisper of a new idea, a new kind of hush hush message come. Something is coming in on the wind, like a change in the wind. A change is coming in the wind, right? So that's there again. And then we have Charybdis. Okay, interesting. Can I get one more? If I get Scylla, it'll be wild. Oh, I get 2 more. Perseus and Calypso already. So Charybdis, Perseus, and Calypso. So we'll start with Charybdis, who popped out first. Charybdis is one of a duo of Greek mythological monsters. She's basically a sea being that is basically a giant whirlpool and tends to like suck ships in and to destroy them inevitably. So it's kind of like a potentially unavoidable. It's one half of the unavoidable situation. The other half is Scylla, and she's a monster on the rocks on the land side. So if you take the boat too far away from Charybdis, you'll get eaten by Scylla. But if you take the boat too far away from Scylla, you'll get sucked in by Charybdis. So she's a giant whirlpool. She's a natural force, a torrent that's inescapable. So that's fun, right on top of destruction and death and whatnot. So it seems to be, or it could just be a symbol of like spiraling, you know, water going down the drain, just being sucked into something as well. So just watch what you get kind of pulled into. Going into Virgo season as well, like this spark of motivation might put you in a place that you're unfamiliar with, like a new territory. But just watch what you get sucked into, like where your motivations are coming from specifically. Like, are they your own motivations? Are they someone else's motivations that you've adopted, etc., etc. So definitely like keep a firm hand and stay true to yourself, because there's going to be a lot of things falling away. And we got Perseus here, playfully saving Andromeda on the rocks, so we enjoy that. You know, he's got Hermes' helmet and shoes as well, so there could be assistance of some sort come in. In this situation, he's just come back from slaying Medusa and has found Andromeda tied on the rocks, so he's just coming in as a hero, rescuing her. And she was put there as a sacrifice, so I think it's a situation where like the metaphor there is that something has been put up as a sacrifice and something is coming to its rescue. That sacrifice is being revoked. That what you've given of yourself, things that you have sacrificed in the name of something, had enough of that, and you're reneging on the sacrifice. It's kind of what it looks like to me, being saved from the jaws of the sea monster there. And then Calypso is our woman scorned as well, though. She and Odysseus had a thing for a while. Good long while, great many number of years, and some say that she trapped him on the island that she lived on, and then eventually he escaped from her perilous clutches. But yeah, I think it was like 7 years that Odysseus was like stuck there with her. But I think she was tempting him with the idea of immortality as well, which can be poignant here, like a promise of eternal life in some way. So maybe whatever it is, this overarching power, this thing that we're struggling against, that's, you know, that we're giving too much of ourselves to, perhaps this just like overarching idea of our place in society that we're giving ourselves to. There's a divine promise of eternal life, and whether or not it like a, you know, that wonderful human habit of fearing death. The kind of constant presence of the fear of death in humans is the most tempting thing. Like we want to leave our mark. We want to make sure that we're never forgotten. It's kind of a fear that we're born with, we live with, and we die with, right? Even though this death is entirely inevitable. And having right on top, we got the death card here too, remember? So this is very on theme. But this fear of death that we live with, there's some promise, like almost a hollow promise. Whether or not she was actually going to grant him immortality, we'll never know. But Odysseus did decide to turn away from that promise after 7 years of being chained to it, and go on his merry way, and take a step out into a new adventure, which is what the root of this is, right? Turning away from something promising, your goals and your ideas, making your readjustment, turning away from those things. So we've kind of come full circle in that situation. But I think this middle row of the Noisy Museum cards, the deck bottom card on that is the Eight of Cups again, though, which is followed by the Eight of Pentacles too. So there's two eights there that are hidden. There's the stability that the middle row, the clarification row, I really feel like it's kind of getting whipped up in something that carries us away, that takes us in a direction that maybe be not exactly aligned with our path, the redirection is hidden. I don't know, I feel like this middle clarification row, as these guys are very reactionary, are very active, very passionate, very something's not right and I want to fix it kind of energy. But I do feel like that reactionary destructiveness of this layer is not aligned properly with the main situation. So it might be a reassessing expectations situation. I don't know. It'll be up to you to decide, right? Total personal autonomy always. But those promises of immortality may be more hollow than you think, right? They may be danger. They may be, you may need to be rescued from putting yourself up as a sacrifice on a pillar of some idea or some system. So, oof. Okay, I did say I wanted some homework cards, so we're gonna get some homework cards, I think. Let's start with this guy, just because I want to know what kind of action steps we can take to kind of mitigate this month. And it can be as broad as an overarching societal concept, or it can be something as small and microcosm as your day-to-day life, your interpersonal relationships. It's a for everybody reading, so it just seems like hard times though, and it sucks because I know no one wants hard times. We want the hard times to kind of readjust themselves, but we're having it just seems like a very difficult time dealing with them. We don't know which direction to go, and it's like the direction we're trying to go is backwards, and it's not ideal either. So let's see, what can we do to mitigate the situation of the fives? King of Cups and the Six of Cups. Alright. King of Cups being the master of your emotions. So and the emotional realm, being able to manipulate the power of water at your will, right? You're Poseidon, you are god of the sea, you are in control of the ebbs and flows and the tidal powers of the emotional internal world, right? Don't be in a position where you can be taken advantage of, right? Being sure of yourself and your own ability to steer your ship is what's going to be tantamount in this situation. And then the Six of Cups, another cupsies, lots of emotion, this is really, the core of this issue is really built upon how you see your place in the world, how you feel like you belong, you feel your place in the world is, right? And the Six of Cups, again, it's that nostalgia, it's looking back. So maybe looking back maybe that's just reaffirming that this looking back in this past direction, going back to an older version of yourself and the way you once were, might be the redirection point. Six of Cups is also pleasure too. So it'll be like, for me, that just screams following your bliss, right? This is a Sun and Scorpio card, right? This is a the depths of your internal drive and desire emotionally is where the six kind of lives. It's that internal compass is aligned with what makes you feel good, and then being in control of what makes you feel good, and not sliding into things like addiction and spiraling into destructive hedonism, right? It's being your own internal compass and weather vane amongst the breeze on the sea, the chaos of the sea. So, okay. That's homework. Let's do some clarifiers for the homework, because it's not a me reading unless there's a mountain of cards. The Empress on top of the King of Cups. Other than Death, is she the first major that's come up? I think so. It's better to, I like to see that. And then the Two of Wands there. Okay. Clarifying the Six. So again, looking in the past. Like, she's literally looking back again on top of the nostalgia card. So it does seem like that redirection, that the hope on the horizon, that is the Two of Wands, is related to somewhere where you once were. So it's definitely like a you know, taking a step back and starting again, like the twos being the like the formation of the spark of something. So our Ace of Wands, we've got that one, two, and three of Wands present in the spread. So it's definitely the beginning of that really tells me it's the beginning of a new journey. It's the stepping out of on a new path in the way things are going, right? But at this place, we kind of went from the 1 to the 3 to the 2, so there's a redirection there, and it's going to come from taking a step back into the past and finding an older version of yourself, meeting an older version of yourself, and going that way. And on top of our King of Cups here, this you know, King of the Sea, cruiser on the waters of your internal experience is going to be the Empress. So it's going to be making a point to come back around to the beauty, right? This is Venus right here, right? This is Aphrodite. This is she of the waters, although she's an earth card, but that which comes out of the water, right? It's the spontaneous creation through this being in control of the waters. So what you create from the space, if the waters are calm, what will be created will be of a more serene nature, right? Things that come out of tumultuous situations carry with them the energies of that, the roughness of the waters, right? And if you're in control and the waters are cool and calm, what is created from that will reflect that energy entirely back to itself. So yeah, again, that's just following your bliss, right? That's what that is. Finding the beauty in something and following it, pointing your internal compass, using the breeze and the wind to your benefit, and pointing that internal compass in the direction you want to create, to make the world the way you want it to be. As you're the queen of it. You are the queen of your own world. You are the creatrix. You are the captain at the helm of your life. So don't let the waves take the boat away. You are in control. The wind is there to help you. The wind is there to be harnessed and guided. Don't get swept away in the destruction. That's what it looks like. Wow. Okay. All right. That'll be good, I guess, for now. Thanks so much for being here. If you want to go a little bit deeper with your own personal sign element, those readings will be in the member space at the first tier. There's also some other tiers to check out if you're interested in a little bit more A little bit more detail, some more videos from me, and personal readings. So I'll leave the link to that in the down bar. But otherwise, have a fantastic Virgo season, my friends. If you're interested in just separately booking a specific reading with me, you're more than welcome to. Just shoot me a message. The Etsy link's at the top there too. Otherwise, I'll catch all you fine folk in my next video.